Hey everybody, how you doing? Tino here. I wanted to do another RAQ for you guys, and this one is going to be regarding the women here in Japan. Now, I promised myself that I wouldn't talk too much about the women here in Japan, and I pretty much stuck to that promise, but I've been noticing recently that there are a lot of young viewers viewing my videos. So I thought it would be interesting if I could talk about women, just women in general, not only the women out here in Japan, for the sake of the young dudes out there. So everybody take out your notebooks because school is in, okay? I'm gonna spit some knowledge for you guys. All right, now, the questions that I've received regarding Japanese women. Number one, are Japanese girls scary? Do women are scary? No, I think that came out wrong, but here, let me explain. If you love your woman the way she is supposed to be loved, if you respect her, if you honor her, if you include her in everything that you do, your woman will treat you like a king, and she will love you to the end of the earth because she knows that you are going to do the same thing for her. Okay, now, but if you dog her, if you disrespect your woman, if you abuse your woman, if you do not give her the respect due her, family, they'll get you. Women will get you, and they will get you good, okay? So what you want to do is, whenever you're with a woman, it doesn't matter if you're married or you're not, if you're just going with somebody, okay? You need to treat your women with respect, okay? Because they deserve it. And I learned early on that women can be very, very, very evil at times when you disrespect them, okay? Let me tell you the story that I have. I was in the 8th grade, and I was dating this girl, African-American girl, very nice girl. Her name was Karen. Now, she and I, we'd been dating for about a month. And one day, school was out early, so we went to her house. We started fooling around like we usually do. You know what kids are. We fooling around on the couch. We take it up to her bedroom. We're in her bed, okay, under the sheets. Clothes start coming off. So I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, today is the day, okay? Now, Karen and her family, they are devout Catholics, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And it seemed like it was going to happen, right? So we're in the covers, we're messing around or what have you. And then all of a sudden, she just stops me. And she says, Tino, what are we doing? What do you mean what we're doing? That's just a stupid ass question right now. I mean, we're about to do this. So I'm thinking, right? And she says, no. We can't do this. This is a sin. Tino, we need to ask for forgiveness. Pray with me. Now, Karen, I mean, she was cool and all, what have you, but she gets out of bed and she's got this sheet wrapped around her. I'm butt naked, right? And she asked me to come down and kneel next to her so she could pray. So I scoot on over next to her and she begins to pray. She goes into this 15-minute long prayer asking the Lord to forgive us for what we just did, or what we were about to do, right? We didn't do anything. But the whole 15 minutes, I hear her praying and she's crying or what have you. But I'm like, I need to get rid of this girl. She needs to be kicked to the curb as soon as possible. So when she finishes her prayer, we get dressed. I'm about to leave, and I tell her, I said, look, Karen, I think that we should kind of put some space between us. I think we've become, too close, and things are just happening a little bit too fast. And I think it would be a good idea if we just went our separate ways. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And so she was like, what, so you're just going to break up with me? And I was like, no, this is, just me saying that we should just, do our own thing. And so she gets very angry and starts throwing stuff at me, and I leave. And it's still early, so I didn't have anywhere else to go, so I go visit my boys. So I go to Greg's house, and everybody's there, so I tell them what happened. Everybody's clowning me, they're laughing and everything, right? So it's about 6 o'clock, it's time for me to go home because, you know, back in the day, we had to be home before the street lights get on, right? So I'm walking home, and as I'm walking up on the house, I see this car parked in front of the house. So I'm like, well, maybe mom's got some company, you know. So it's around dinner time, so, you know, people would often come over to eat anyway, so it wasn't no big thing. So, okay, we got company. So I walk into the house, there's nobody in the living room. And I see my brother, he's got his head poking out the door, right? And he's going, come here, come here. So I go over to him, and he says, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean, what did I do? Dude, Karen and her mom is in the den talking to mom. I was like, what? Karen is here with her mother? And my brother was like, yes. What did you do? I didn't do anything. Well, they're back there talking to mom, and it seems pretty serious. So I'm about to do a U-turn. So I go and reach for the door, right? And then I just hear my mother scream out my name. Augustine! Now, my mother doesn't call me Augustine. Everybody calls me Tino. The only time my mother used Augustine is if I did something wrong. And family, I didn't know what I did wrong. I had no idea. So I go back there. Karen and her mother are there telling my mother what Karen and I were doing that afternoon. Now, what kind of stupid shit is that? She went and told her mother what we were doing. And her mother was telling my mother that I was too tempting. Okay, I was putting her daughter in temptation, and I was making her do things against her will. So that was the whole purpose of the visit. And I was like, Karen, well, what are you doing? I look down at her family, and she just turns up and she looks at me like this. And then I could just see it in her eyes, right? Yeah, you're gonna break up with me, huh? I get you. And dude, after that, for like 3 weeks, in my whole family, my whole neighborhood, for 3 weeks, about 3 weeks, I was known as Cochino Tino. That's what they call me. Hey, what's up, Cochino Tino? That's what they call me all day. For about 3 weeks, I was like that in the neighborhood and at school and what have you. I was like embarrassed to no end. And that's when I figured it out, man. That's when I figured out. Women, okay, they are evil if you do them wrong. Now, it was wrong for me to break up with her at that particular time. Timing was bad, okay, because she thought that I broke up with her because she didn't want to give me any, right? That wasn't the reason, but I just thought it was just getting too serious, and, you know, I thought it would have been a good idea for me to say what I did, and I thought it was pretty cool and what have you, but it just backfired on me, right? But like I said, man, I learned early on, if you do your woman wrong, she'll get you. She'll get you in a way that you would have never thought she could do you. Okay? And I'm old now, family. That was a long time ago. And I learned my lesson. You know what? And I was so traumatized after that, I never broke up with another woman after that. I never did. Every woman that I was up with, they broke up with me. Because I just couldn't do it anymore. I was so traumatized at what Karen did to me. I just couldn't bring myself to breaking up with anybody anymore. Couldn't do it. Can't do it now. These women, they get you. No, I'm just saying. I say all of that to say to you, make sure that you treat your woman the way they deserve to be treated. Now, it isn't here or in America, it doesn't matter. Japanese women are scary? No, man. Women are scary if you do them wrong. Okay? If you don't treat them the way they're supposed to be treated, if you don't love them the way they're supposed to be loved, if you don't respect them the way they should be respected, they will get you. Believe me. Alright, family. But are Japanese women scary? Yes. Yes, they are. And you know what? I want to leave you with a story of a very, very scary Japanese woman. Her name is Abe Sada. I left the link to the story down below, and this was one of the first stories that I read about Japanese women here. But let me just give you a summary of the story about Abe Sada, right? But anyway, she fell in love with this restaurant owner, and he was married. And she loved him so much that she killed this dude. And she wanted to take a part of him that reminded her most about this dude. And they had some crazy, crazy sex. Okay, so when you read the story, you'll see what I'm talking about. But she kills dude and she cuts his dick off, wraps it up in some newspaper, and she carried it around a kimono, right? But anyway, I'm just, you know, just go ahead and read the story, and that would give you a good idea of how passionate women are. When they love you to death, okay? But when they hate you, they'll get you. They will. So make sure that you treat these women the way they're supposed to be treated, boys, okay? All right. I love you guys, and as always, leave the comments and I'll get to them. And you know what? If you have your own horror stories of the relationships that you've been in, share them with me, okay? I'd like to hear about them, okay? I love you guys, and I will talk to you later, okay? Bye.